If you were to give just an introduction to the course, what would be some of the nuggets that you would just really hit on as people are coming into this course for the first time?
It's all about trying to help people develop the skills they need to be effective in the public sector as public managers. And although we focus, for purposes of our cases, on relatively high-ranking managers, cabinet-level department heads, most of the skills that we're talking about here apply no matter where you are in the bureaucracy. No matter, these are just as important for mid-level public officials as they are for folks at the cabinet level. And in the course of the course, what we're trying to do is help people to develop those skills, especially as it relates to the people and organizations that you have to work with. So the first thing I say to my prospective managers is, when you are dealing with a particular problem, a particular policy area, first thing you do is sit down and you make a list of key players. Who are the people in the organizations that I have to involve actively in what I'm doing from the beginning? Too many public managers don't do that. There are some smart young kids to do their policy analysis, and then they put the policy together, and then they kind of drop it in the laps of legislators and others. You can't do that. You've got to begin early with these folks. I'm a big fan of working groups. You've got to watch these independent task forces a little bit. But I'm a big fan of bringing people together in working groups, assigning staff who are skilled at working with these key players. And you want everybody at the table. Every once in a while a student will say to me, well, you don't want to bring somebody who's opposed to you. Those folks you particularly want to bring to the table. And you never know what's going to happen once the kind of chemistry that begins to develop with effective staff work begins to go to work. For one thing, a lot of these people don't know each other. They're mad at each other, but they never talk to each other. You're in a unique position as a public manager to bring them to the table. They're not likely to say no to you. If you're the commissioner of this or the secretary of that, or you have any kind of responsibility, you say, look, I want to go to work and start seeing if we can't come to some consensus about this. Very few Americans will say, sorry, I'm not going to participate. They will. And while there may be some disagreement, you may find that there is substantial agreement. You may find that these folks who are, quote, opposed turn out to have some very interesting ideas about how to deal with this. And as I often say, if you can at least get people to agree on what the problem is, you're halfway to a solution. Now, if they can't agree on what the problem is, then you have a problem. Yeah. But 99% of the time, we know we got a problem. 50 million people don't have health insurance in the United States. I don't know of any American who thinks that's a good thing. You know, we got bridges falling apart. I don't think anybody thinks that's a good thing. So, regardless of what the policy challenge is, if you can bring people to the table, if you can get agreement on what the problem is, and then begin the process of trying to find solutions. As I say, 99 times out of 100, you're on their way. But how do you do that? How do you develop those skills? That's the kind of thing that public managers have to develop, and that's fundamentally what the course is all about.